So we want to put out there for YouTube disclaimer. If you get music in the background, YouTube disclaimer. It is not our music. We do not own the music and we are not playing the music. All right. We just want to put out there for YouTube disclaimer. Right. Copywriting like that. We do not own the music. It's not our music. All right. So this thing happening right here, like I was reading the article, right? Right. I was reading the article, right? What did he say? He said, Jews, right, should not perform the rite of circumcision, right? Let's go right here. So this is the book of 1 Maccabee chapter 1, 1 Maccabee 1 and verse 41. And it reads, moreover, King Antiochus, right, what? King Antiochus what? Right? So keep in mind, what to his whole kingdom, that all should be one people. The new world order. There's nothing new under the sun. That all should be one people. The new world order. New world order. Right? All should be one people. No, it's not happening, buddy. We don't want to be one people. The Most High said we set apart. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Alright? 1 Peter chapter 2. Right? And the list goes on and on and on. Right? You go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14. The Most High said we set apart people. We cannot be all one. No. That's a lie. That's Christianity. We don't believe that. We don't believe that. Right? That garbage you be talking about. You running your mouth talking about where, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't know. Everything matters. It matters. Okay? Alright? So let us continue. He said, and everyone should live his law. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. There we go. They all agree. That's why our people, they don't keep the Shabbat. What do they keep? They keep the sun worship day. Right? The sun worship day. They got to worship Satan. They got to worship the sun. That's why they go do the cult of worshiping the sun every Sunday. Sunday is a two-way. It's so tricky. Right? You don't understand that? It's so tricky. Sunday, sun worship day. Alright? Let us continue. We say, yeah, many also of the Israelites, right? Many of our people, because they love coonery, man. Our people, they love coonery, man. They sell out. Many of our people, the so-called blacks, African American, the so-called Latino, Mexican, they sell out their coons, man. Their coons, right? Their coons. Let's read it. He said, yeah, many also of the Israelites, you see, concerned to his religion, you see, because we were not religious, we were spiritual people. The Most High give us what law, commandment, statute, and judgment that make us separate, apart from all the nation, from all the heathens. All right? He said, and sacrifice unto idol and profane the Shabbat. What did they do? They profane the Shabbat. For the king has sent letter by messenger unto Jerusalem and the city of Judah, right? That they should follow the strange laws of the land. There we go. The same thing is happening here in America. They say, well, obey the law of the land. The same thing. Nothing new under the sun. Is in the book of 1 Maccabee. A lot of you out there, you sample, you're talking about following the law of the land. So the land tell you, so the first and foremost, did the land wrote the law? The land did not write the law. Who wrote the law? Man. Esau, Edom. Now they make you believe. They say, well, yeah, you got to follow the law of the land. Guess what? Then the land said you can be a homosexual. How about that? The land said, guess what? You can do abortion. You can kill your own baby. The law tell you that. The land told you that. So how come you don't follow that? The land told you, guess what? You can do whatever you want to do. You want to worship Satan? You can worship Satan. The land told you that. So follow that, buddy. Follow that. See, you running your mouth and wasting your time going against the Most High, talking about obey the law of the land. Which law of which land? Did the land wrote the law? Isn't it man? Didn't man wrote the law? Didn't Esau, the heathen, wrote the law? So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Watch your mouth, what you saying first. Don't just be following people just to follow. Alright? Right? Keep in mind. So let's read it. Let's read it again. This was happening in the time of who? The Greeks. The Greek in the time of forefathers, the Maccabees. Right? So let's read. He said, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem, right? And the city of Judah, that they should follow the strange law of the land. There we go. Same thing. As you run your mouth today, same old weakness. You want to follow the law of the land? There we go. The law of the land says, you know what? You can worship the sun on Sunday. You can celebrate pagan Christmas. You can celebrate pagan New Year. You can celebrate pagan birthday. And the list goes on and on and on. The land told you that you can't do that. The land told you you can smoke weed, get high, do all type of weakness and nonsense. Yeah. The Lord told you can be antichrist. Ain't no big deal. You can be antichrist. The Lord give you that power. The land of the Lord give you that power. You can be antichrist. Ain't no problem. They says freedom. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be perverse. You do it. Hermano, let's continue. He say, and forbid burnt offering, right? They forbid the burnt offering, right? And forbid burnt offering, right? And sacrifice and drink offering in the temple, and that they should profane the Shabbat and festival day. You see that? Who said that? The enemies, the wicked, the heathen. Right? I'm going to stop on that and then I'll go back again. We're going to prove it. Let's continue. Let's see some of the law that is set up against our people. The same thing you see here in Babylon the Great, in France, in Germany. Same thing. Let's go to the same article, right? Let's go to Law chapter 6, 7. I'm going to read it again. It said, Jews, right, should not perform the rite of circumcision, as I read in the book of 1, Genesis 17 and verses 10. Jews should not divide the food into clean and unclean according to the custom. Hold on. Wow. Wow. What did they say? The Christian church said, you know what? You can eat anything you want to eat. The Christian church said you can eat pork, you can eat rat, you can eat anything you want to eat. God does not look at that. God look at your heart. That's what they say in the Christian church. The Christian church say, no, God only look at your heart. Your heart. Foolishness. What did the Lord say? What did the Lord say? This is what the Lord said. Let's read it. Let me read it. He said, you should not divide the food into clean and unclean according to the custom. They know it. Let's read it. Let's read it. Let's read it right here. This is the book of First Maccabee, right? This is the book of Maccabee, chapter First Maccabee 1 and verse 46. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altar and groves and chapel of idols, right? And sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. Hold on. Where was this happening? This was happening where? Where were they sacrificing unclean beasts? Swine is unclean. Pork is unclean. God said don't eat it. It's unclean. Is unclean. You can't eat no swine flesh, no pork. You can't eat no dog meat, no rabbit, snail, cockroaches. No, you can't eat that. It's unclean. So these hidden, they know this very well. They know. Shalom King operates beyond the most. These people, these hidden, they know very well that guess what? It is unclean to eat. This is unclean to eat that. They know. But what did they do? They made it a law. Watch it. He said what? Set up altar and groves and chapel of idols and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. There we go. You see that? That they should. Hold on. Let's go in the book of Leviticus. Let's go. About this, we're going to prove it. This is a heavy article, man. This is a heavy information that we wish that our people in the Christian church, they can get hold on to this and read and realize and wake up. We hope This was set up by the Christian church against our forefathers. They set up this law against our forefathers until this very last day. So let's go. Let's go in the book of Deuteronomy 14 first. Let's go to Deuteronomy 14. Let's see what the Moses commanded that we should do. Right? Let's see what the Moses commanded that we should do. Let's go. Okay, let's read it. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, right? Let's read verses 2. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, and verses 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy Yahawah. So the Moses said, we holy, we set apart. We are not equal, buddy. We set apart, right? He said, the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all nations that are upon the earth. You see? So we are not equal. We set apart. Set apart. Right? Let's jump to right here. Let's read verses 3. He said, thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. Hold on. What did the Moses say? Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. There we go. That's what the Moses say. So what did he so say right here? Let's read what he so say. This is the law against our people back in Europe. Back in Europe, until this very last day. That's why if you see in the US, in Europe, what do they push for? They push for pepperoni, pork in everything you take. They put pork in the soap. They put pork in your lotion. They got pork in your perfume. They got pork in everything that you see. Your cereal, the cereal you give to your son, your daughter, your children, guess what? They got pork in some of them. Right? Your toothpaste, they got pork in it too. Because they know these are unclean and is going to defile you. It's going to separate you from your God. Wake up, ye so-called blacks, Latino and Native Indians. Wake up. This is right before your face. Still, you refuse to hearken and to believe. Today, the Moses moved the spirit on the hidden to translate this document from what Latin to English. So go print it out and read it. Right? So what did I say? Let's see. Law 7. Law 8. This is the law 8. It said Jews should not divide the food into clean and unclean according to the custom. There we go. Hermano, ¿cómo está? Excelente. Let's jump right here. Let's jump right here. So keep in mind. Keep in mind. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? Right? Nothing new under the sun. Right? So in the book of Deuteronomy, the Moses gave us what? The list of the food that we cannot eat. Right? You can't eat no shrimp. You can't eat no crabs. You can't eat no rat. You can't eat no snake. You can't eat none of those things. No pork, pepperoni, pizza, all this. No, man. The Moses is not with it. Right? Let's go right here in the book of Leviticus chapter 11 about the law concerning the clean and unclean. The clean and the unclean. Let's go right here. Right? Let's go to Leviticus chapter 11. This is the book of Leviticus, okay? Leviticus chapter 11. Right? Verses 1 through 2. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. There we go. There we go. That's what the Moses said. But in the Christian church, they say, you know what? It's okay. You can eat it. God is not going to judge you because you eat pork. Guess what? He will judge you. The Moses Yahawashi, he will judge you. It's for you to be judged that the Moses established the law. Don't you understand? Let's jump right here. Let's jump right here. I want to jump to these verses right here. But it's important. Right? Let's read it. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11. Leviticus 11 verses 45 through 47. Leviticus 11, 45 through 47. He said, for I am the Lord that bring you up out of the land of Egypt. Alright? So Christianity did not bring you up from Egypt. Keep in mind, Christianity did not bring you so-called blacks, Latino and Native from Egypt, from slavery. It's not Christianity. Right? It's not your pastor. Who did it? The Most High. So the Most High, He gave us law, commandment, statute, judgment that we must follow. We must follow. Let's read it. For I am the Lord that bring you up out of the land of Egypt to be your YAHAWAH. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. Again, the Mosai said He is holy, He is set apart. The Mosai is different from Buddha. The Mosai is different from Allah. He's different from the God of the Christian church. No, the Mosai is different. Totally different. He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Keep in mind, He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Alright? Keep in mind. So let's read it. He said, this is the law of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean. Amen. Hallelujah. Let me read it again. This is the book of Leviticus 11 and 47. To make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten. Amen. Hallelujah, man. So this hidden they know, man. The wicked they know, but our people don't believe. Our people so simple. Christianity got brainwashed our people till like they don't want to return. They don't want to return to the Most High. No. They rather die in Christianity than return unto the Most High. That's the spirit of our people, the so-called blacks, Latino and Native Indian. They love to have it this way. That's why the scripture say they hate him that rebuke him at the gate, man. They hate us because we rebuke them. We let them know. We expose them to them, man. Let's read it. Let's get back to this article, right? So keep in mind, right? Actually, let me go to the book of Maccabees, right? Let's go to Maccabee quick, right? Let's go to Second Maccabees. Let's go to Second Maccabee, right? This is powerful. Let's go to Second Maccabee, right? I want to prove something right there, over there, quick. Let's go to. There's nothing new under the sun, man. Nothing new under the sun. Second Maccabee chapter 7. Let's read it, all right? Let's read it. This is Second Maccabee chapter 7, and let's read from verses 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother, right? 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law, right? Against the law to taste swine flesh, because it's against the law to eat pork. Right? It's against the law to eat all your abominable pork, product that you got. It's against the Bible. It's against the Mosai. Is totally anti-Christ. Right? He said, by the king against the law to taste swine flesh, and were tormented with what scourge and whips. You see that? So keep in mind. Keep in mind. Okay? A lot of you eating your shrimp. Guess what? The Mosai will judge you. The Mosai will jack you up. High blood pressure, cancer, all type of disease. Why? Because you eating shrimp. You eating crab. Some of you running around because Esau say king crab. Kings don't eat crab. Kings don't eat crab. Gotta lose. David never ate crabs. Kings don't eat crabs. Understand that. Anyone that eat crabs, he ain't no king. A righteous king of our people, they don't eat no crab. Crab is abominable. It's unclean. Shrimp. And the list goes on and on and on. David, Amashiach, he did not eat one crab. They eat the clean fish, the clean fowls, and the clean beasts. So let's get back. So let's read it one more time. Law 7, Law 8. It said, you should not divide the food into clean and unclean according to their custom. So the heathen, they know. The wicked, they know very well. There we go. Law 10. It said, no Jew shall subject a Christian to torture. You see that? That's how you know that the Jew, they were never Christian. They will never be Christian. We were labeled. We were called Christian for the first time. Let's go in the book of Acts. Our forefathers were called, they were labeled the same way they call us what? African American, the same way they call us blacks, Nigerian, all these type of bywords. Same way. Let's read it. This is basic English. There is something in English we call what? Passive voice. The passive voice, right? So let's read it. This is the book of Acts chapter 13 and verses 1. This is the book of Acts chapter 13 and verses 1. Now, they were in the church that was at Antioch, which literally was Turkey. Today, Turkey, right? Certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simon, that was called what? They were called what? Niger, right? Niger, Niger, right? So the word, if you take a look at it, if you translate it today in Latin, it just means black. Black. They were called black. So the prophet, right? The doctor of the law that were in Turkey, they were called. They were called. They did not call themselves Christian, because they already know that they're Israelites. The reason why people still believe that they're Christian, because they don't know that they're Israelites. They don't want to learn the truth. Our forefathers, they knew that they were Israelites. That's what Paul said. So let's get back to the article. Let's read it before Northern Kingdom start bringing out again this dirty music. Right? Let's get back to it. Let's read it. So help us. You can share this video so that our people, we want more people to watch this. This heavy information, we want people in the Christian church to wake up. They can wake up. Right? Let's read it. It said, no Jew shall subject a Christian to torture. Right? Law 10. The law 10 reads, it said, no Jew shall testify against a Christian. That's how you know that, guess what? They understood, they know very well that we are not Christian. They know very well that we are not Christian. They know. Let's read it. It said, no Jew shall testify against a Christian, and under what circumstances the descendant of Jew may testify. That's why they got circumstances under which our forefathers back in those days, they can testify against what? Christian. Right? Let's read Law 11. Right? Let's read it. Law 11. It said, no Jew shall circumcise a Christian slave. You see that? So they're telling our forefathers back in those days, you cannot circumcise who? A Christian as a slave. If you owe them as a slave, you cannot circumcise them. You cannot circumcise them. Who's saying that? The Christian church. They don't want you to keep the commandment of the Most High. They don't want you to keep God's commandment. They don't want you. Don't want you. Then they want bringing all this weakness. Everything happening on this earth is all coming from what? The Christian church. It's coming mainly from the Christian church. They're the one pushing for the propaganda, all this weakness, all this paganism. Mainly who? It's the Christian church. Let's read it. Law 12. It said, concerning the penalty to be inflicted for offenses committed by Jews. So they got penalty for Jews if they commit offenses, right? Right? Law 13. Concerning Christian slaves who are known to have been sold or liberated by Jews. There we go. Keep in mind. Let's take a look at another law. Law 14. Under no circumstance shall Christian slaves attach themselves to Jews. You see that? You see that? Let's see. Regardless, it doesn't matter. The Christian slave, they should not attach themselves unto who? Unto the Jew, unto the so-called blacks. Guess what? They're going to turn around all the time. What did they say? They say, we teach hate. Now, what is this? What is this now that we're reading right here? You see that? Let's read another law. Let's read it. He said, under no circumstance shall Christian slaves attach themselves to Jews or be admitted into the sect. So they say, listen, if you're a Christian, don't follow the Jew. Right? If you're a Christian, don't keep the commandment. You see, that's why Christian, they don't want to keep the commandment of the Most High. That's why Christian, they don't want to keep the commandment of God. You see that now? Are you seeing it right now? Are you seeing the picture right now? The main reason why you see the Christian, they always love sin. They want to live in the midst of sin. Whether it be men or women. They're doing what? Prostitution, fornication, adultery, idolatry. And the list goes on and on. They lie, they gossip, right? They do all type of weakness. Why? Because that's what they do in their religion. As the Most High give us what? Commandment, law, statutes, and judgment. Statute and judgment. That's what the Most High said. Let's continue. He said, be admitted into the sect. Keep in mind. Keep in mind, brother and sister, wake up. This is all about the destruction of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Nothing new under the sun. Let's continue. He said, Law 15. All Christians are forbidden to defend or protect a Jew by either force or favor. You see that? So when they come after the Jew, if they live in your house, do not protect them. You got to release them. You got to give them over. Right? If they need to be put to death, don't defend them. Don't protect them. Who said that? Edom, in Spain, Italy, Germany, Russia, and the list goes on and on and on. That's what we're reading right here in this article. Right? He said, all Christians are forbidden to defend or protect a Jew by either force or favor. It doesn't matter. They said, no, don't protect them, don't defend them. Don't defend the so-called blacks. Don't defend the so-called African American. Don't do it. Let's jump. Law 16. It said, memorial of the Jew presented to the king concerning Judaizing Christian. Right? The law 18 concerning what? The perfidy of the Jews. Let's get back here right here. We're going to prove it to you. It's nothing new under the sun. Let's go to 1 Maccabee. Right? Same old thing. We're going to prove it to you. 1 Maccabee chapter 1 and verses 2. Verse 48. He said that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their soul abominable with all manner of what? Of uncleanness and profanation. Who said that? Christianity. Nothing new under the sun, man. It's nothing new under the sun, brother and sister. Nothing new under the sun. And that's what you see right now happening in the Christian church. What are they pushing for? They're pushing for law that are what? Antichrist. They're pushing for the mark of the beast. Hey, hi sis, how are you? Good to see you. Let's jump right here. This is the book of 1 Maccabee chapter 1 and verse 49. To the end, they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever will not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. There we go. They say, listen, you don't keep the commandment, you got to be put to death. You see, today you don't even need to say that to our people. Today you don't even need to say that to our people. Today you don't need to force them. They will obey you anyway. Because our people don't know any better. Today you don't have to tell them. They're already doing it. The woman wearing pants. The woman are ruling over the man. The man turned himself into a woman. The woman turned herself into a man. All you see is unseemly, weakness, perversion, idolatry. They're worshiping the cross. They bow down to the Virgin Mary. All type of foolishness and weakness. That's what you see from our people, man. Because they don't know the Most High. They don't believe in God. Do they believe in God? They don't believe in God. They believe in the money.